This is a 2025 Cadillac Escalade Platinum, and this one is rocking the new interior color. I borrowed it from Jerry Seiner Cadillac here in Salt Lake City. It is available for sale. Be sure to ask for Keith. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see options and features. At the very top is a description with the color. So it has a galactic gray, metallic, sheer gray interior. And here is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause. Base price comes in at $119,395, and this one only has really just one option, which gives you the 24-inch wheels. They do have a polished finish with high black and laser etching. Galactic gray was $625. Destination comes in at $1995 with a total price of $123,815. And here are the fleet comment numbers. I did a video previously on a Platinum, so I'm not going to take too much time on the exterior of this one, but hey, if you're interested in this color, I'll at least show you guys pretty much all the way around it for sure. And maybe if I remember, I'll pull in the shade, that way you can see it that way too. Now on the thumbnail, I did have it parked in the shade. Now on the front end, they do give you like this satin finish. They have like a unique name for it, but I always call this satin because it just makes it easier for me to remember. There's your Cadillac badge, you have that camera on the front end, adaptive cruise control is a part of this one, and Super Cruise, front parking sensors, premium lighting, and air suspension comes standard. You can kind of see the paint in the shade on this side. It has like a blue purple, so it's kind of like a slate color. That's what I would say it is. And it has some grays in there. We have blues, purples, and grays is what this color has for sure. The 24-inch wheels look good. And as you saw, they were polished with that black pocket in there. Fabric material for the liner. And there's no chrome on those running boards too, which I like. They are power deployable. And most of the trimming on the side here is a satin finish too. And that's what I like about this Platinum. Like, they don't give you a lot of chrome anymore because people are starting to prefer the blackout look, and for those who don't want that, this is like the next best thing. Yeah, you can really see that color right there. Looks really good. A little bit of black. You have your turn signals, cameras, and puddle lights. Blind spot, and these are power folding. Smart key system on the front and rear doors. They do give you a satin finish right there. And that has more of like a polished look too. And then on the roof rails, they have like a bright silver finish. I would like to see that silver finish everywhere. I like that better even than the satin too. And then out back, they did restyle these tail lights. Dual exhaust. You also have the two cameras right here. And it does have a sprayer to clean them off too. If you push the Cadillac logo, this will open the tailgate. And this one actually has the headphones too. I did a video on the executive seat if you want to go back and take a look at it, and I did show the speakers, or not speakers, I showed the headphones in that video, but I'm not going to open these up. A little bit of carpet here. Takes these seats about 5 seconds to drop down. You can really see that color better here. And on the roof, you can see that suede material. They even go all the way back to the seat pillar right there, but they cheap out all the way back here. But hey, not a big deal. Escalade badge on this trim piece. And this has the AKG premium sound system. Now you still are able to open this rear glass, the buttons right here. And I'm not going to take too much time on the powertrain. Nothing's changed. 6.2 liters still there, standard. They did drop the diesel for 2025, which I have mixed feelings on that, but hey, I understand why on this one, just makes more sense to get the 6.2, and they're trying to push you to get the EV, which is the IQ Escalade. Here's the inside of the interior. I definitely like what I'm seeing. So this kind of mirrors what I've seen in the IQs as well. You get like this fabric material on the door, and it's pretty much down below there, and it crosses over on that center console. Looks really, really good. And here are your seat controls. 16-way. It's gonna have the massage function too. I would like to see a thigh support from Cadillac. Here are those seats. These are a little bit wider in comparison to like the Yukons and Tahoes too, so just keep that in mind. A little bit more bolstering right here too. Perforated leather. You have some speakers built into the headrests, which are perforated too, and hopefully you can see that suede on the roof a little bit better. Some of your speaker grills up there. 2-spoke steering wheel. But yeah, this interior looks great. They do give you the illuminated Escalade kick plate right here. And even on the wood trimming there, this looks so good. You can probably see it better with the sun on this side. Some of your seat memories, more of that satin finish. Piano black, auto up and down for front and rear windows. Power folding, as I said. Yeah, it looks good. I didn't show it to you, but you do have soft closed doors. Here's the passenger side. And that 50-inch screen there. Wow. And then you have that Escalade badge on the center console. Some of your wood treatment here. Wireless charger right there. You have 2 Type-C USBs back there. They do give you like a velvet material inside of this area too. This is all electronic for your glove box. And out back, wow. You have the screens. Manually operated seats. You do have the option to get those executive seats too for this one, which I think is a good option to have, probably on the IQ. I don't know if I'd do it on the regular one though. I think that it wouldn't make sense on this one, but because of the charging time that you will have on that IQ, I can see people utilizing that if they're just hanging out and they need to get some work done, because you have like the trays. You can recline a little bit more, and you have a massage function in the second row too. But yeah, overall, nice interior. Let's go ahead and go for a drive here. I haven't driven an Escalade in a long time. It's probably been over a decade. I've driven them obviously to and from areas, but to actually go and drive one, it's been a while. Now, I do like the fact that it has this 2-spoke steering wheel. See, when you're old school, right? I remember my grandparents, when they would drive, they would always have the 2-spoke in those Oldsmobiles and the older Cadillacs. And I remember them putting their hand on the bottom of the steering wheel like this when they drove. So, or really, my grandma, she would drive like this. So I do remember those types of things. And yeah, having this large screen, big display, I mean, you can have so much information pop up on this screen here. So if you want to put your trim information up here, you can select it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys your fuel economy. Let's put this on the driver display right there. Everything digitized. You can also put your navigation on this screen too, and it still shows you the miles an hour, all that good stuff. Let's go this way. Oh yeah. You can turn this on too. The reason why I'm driving this right now is because I want to see how these 24-inch wheels feel. You have a little bit thinner sidewall, right? So I want to see how it handles. How does it feel around town? Oh yeah. Obviously the 6.2 liter feels peppy. I I would like to see a little bit more horsepower and torque for the Escalade. It shouldn't have the same horsepower and torque numbers as the Yukons and the Tahoes. That's kind of a disappointment in my humble opinion. But yeah, it's not a big deal because it feels strong for sure. I like the turn signal sound too. It has like that luxury sound. And turning, the steering feels kind of heavy on this, and I think that most people will like that, especially when you're going a little bit faster. Now I'm wondering if you change the drive modes. Let's see what drive modes we have. So we have touring, sport, off-road, tow haul, and then you can do your own setup for that. So I'm assuming the touring should allow this to have a little bit more softer, and maybe, well, not softer, but a little bit like lighter steering, I would say. And it's very quiet. You don't hear any creaks and rattles in the interior, although this is pretty new, so you shouldn't at this price point. You do have a screen on this side, and it says here no front passenger detected. I was going to turn on that screen, but it literally knows that there's no one sitting here, so it won't even let you turn on that screen over there. That's pretty good. That's actually smart. Now, something I wanted to point out, I always like to test out the heated and cooled seats, but because it's the winter time, there's really no way to test out the cooled seats, right? So what I like to do is I like to turn on the heated seat. Like right now I have the heated seat on, and what I'll do is I'll turn on the ventilated seat just to see how quickly it can cool. Now, one thing I like about really American car seats is that it pulls the air in and it creates like the sucking effect. Only problem is if you fart, it pulls that fart into the seat. So you can't fart in the seats because it amplifies it. But my point is, it does work really good when they pull in the air. I have an older Lexus and I have a newer Lexus. My newer Lexus has AC seats, so they use the air conditioner for the seats, thank God. Because if it didn't, they would still suck because they push air out, right? But the sucking effect makes these seats work really well. And yes, my butt is actually cold now. So the seat was already really warm. You still have heated steering wheel. You have the massage function right here. Let's go ahead and turn that on. 3 levels of intensity. I like to hit the need. That's my favorite one. It's only on the back portion of the seat too. But yeah, when you drive this and then go back and drive like a Yukon, there is a difference in how this feels. Like you can tell that the interior quality is a little bit higher. That's the first thing you'll notice. There's a little bit of noise from these tires, just a little bit. I'm going about 66 miles an hour. But the SU feels very comfortable. You still have the air suspension, so it's really gobbling up all those imperfections of the road, and it just has a really comfortable ride. The brake feel feels really good. So far, on that little drive through the city, let's see if I can show you guys the fuel economy here. I mean, this is obviously not great by any means, but so far on this current trip, we've gotten 12.8 mpg. We've been driving mostly in the city, so it says there 14, 18. So you can probably expect to get about 13, 12 in the city, in that ballpark. And then probably you can get closer to 20 on the highway. So if you do a lot of highway driving, you won't really see an effect on your fuel economy. Here's your 360 camera view here. One thing I like about the 360 is it shows you the front. There's a car right in front of me, and it shows me pretty much exactly where the SUV is. And this makes parking so much easier. You can see down the middle. You can also change to overhead like this. My favorite though is the side view. That way you can really get perfectly spaced between the cars. That way it gives you those door dings. You can hear the air suspension, by the way, too. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a few more things. So you do have this screen that floats down here. You also have this, which basically controls the screen above. That way, like, it is harder to reach this way, so if you want, you can literally just select what you want like this. You can go back down here. If you want to go to your Apple CarPlay, you can do that. Very easy. And then on this screen, you probably were wondering, how did I get to the seats? Well, this is the climate, and then if you hit the seat controls there, you have massage. You also have position. And I finally figured out how to use these. So you have to click it. So if you want to slide it, you can do that. Also, if you hit the arrows, there's like a little bit of a delay. So it's better to use this guy here because it works a lot faster. You have your seat memories down there, and then that's how you get your adjustments on the seats too. So if you want to adjust like the back bowstring, so you can tighten up the bowstring on the sides of the seats here. So if you're a little bit skinnier, you can pull these bad boys in, get nice and hugged in here. If you have a garage door or a gate, you have up to 8 now you can add. If you want to drop that glove box, push these arrows there, and then boom, drop that bad boy down. There's a few more things. Be sure to pause it. I'm not gonna go through everything. There's another menu, has traction control in there, and all your lighting controls are now in here. And also, if you want to see your cameras, you can pop those on and they'll pop up here. But all in all, really good SUV. The massage seat function works great. Hope you guys like this video. Be sure to check out Jerry Seiner Cadillac. Ask for Keith. They have this one available, and they actually have one almost identical to it, and they have some that have become available, so you can ask Keith if they have anything that might fit you better. See you guys soon.